All right, we're going to call the Public Works to order. Up first, we have Highway. I thought we were early before we have to wait.
Yeah.
Never got it. Highway. Oh, he did it first.
I always get it. And I was on vacation and still got my stuff.
He's got four foremen too, so somebody's doing it.
Can you just give me a little?
Okay.
I know what you wrote.
You did mow the road, yes. I was going to give you a kudos for that, you know. Keep on saying that.
Yeah, that's all. That's my goal.
Yes.
All right. Continuing our mowing, ditch and culvert maintenance, clearing some site distance. Our hot mix patching is continuing. We still got some work going on up at the Greenport transfer station. A lot of storm cleanup. That seems to be a weekly, if not daily thing these days.
Maybe later again today.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Then we're done today.
Overnight's just rain. I don't know. My phone yesterday had like 20% at 5 o'clock, and everybody said, "No, the tornado locked it." And then a few minutes later,
Yeah, they were right.
Culvert and drainage work on County Route 5 in the town of Canyon. That's part of the highway reconstruction project. We completed 7 miles of shoulder reconstruction on County Route 19 in the town of Livingston, and 4.3 miles of shoulder reconstruction on County Route 7 in the towns of Ghent and Austerlitz. And both of those are ahead of highway reconstruction and then paving. And we completed 4 miles of shoulder reconstruction on County Route 5 in the town of Canyon as well. Did I say that right? And 60.35 miles of pavement marking on county roads, 36 miles of pavement marking on town and city roads, for a total of 97.3 miles on the first round of pavement marking.
so Route 7 and Kent and Austerlitz, that's preparatory for a full pave coming up.
Yes,
Next year.
no, this year.
This year.
Yeah,
Was that 6 or
what's that?
10 years? The CHIPS money.
well, it is CHIPS money. It's the section that wasn't done.
When you did the
When
hill.
they did the
Yeah,
hill.
so, okay.
Yeah, so it's from County Route the 21 or Worth Road 47.
Yeah.
To
21.
about the top of the hill there where the stone house is. And then my hopes is after they replace the bridge and the culvert on that road, then we could do an overlay on the rest of it and kind of bring it all up. That's the problem when you do just a section of road and then you don't get back. I mean, that's got to be 15 years or so.
No, it needed it. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
doing it.
So. but
How's
yeah,
the
that's
pavement
great.
marking working out now? I know we had new contractors.
Well,
and, changes and
we
that.
have to, they do a great job.
Mhm.
I mean, we had no issue with them.
Okay.
They come in, they actually put down some nice lines.
Good.
They do everything themselves.
Mhm.
The issue we're gonna have is we're not gonna get our roads done. We need about twice the budget.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
so
the
that's the
cost of
problem.
it,
So
right? Yeah.
the cost,
Yeah.
cost. So we're kind of picking and choosing, some of the stuff that we didn't do last year, we got done right away.
Okay.
The roads that we're gonna do this year in terms of paving, we can put them through the chips.
To stripe them, you
To
mean? through the
stripe
tips?
them, yeah,
Okay.
well, we
good.
put the striping right through with chips. It's a little easier now because the bid includes the paint and everything
Sure,
else, so we don't
right.
have to try and figure out what paint we use.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's kind of the game plan for that,
Okay.
and.
But they're doing a good job.
Yeah, they're doing, I wasn't sure how it can be.
Yeah,
That was a
right,
contractor
yeah.
that wasn't too happy with us last year.
Yeah.
But they've been great so far, no
Great.
complaints whatsoever. They do
Good.
nice work. Personnel, I got 1 employee out on workers' comp and 2 employees out on medical leave. And, under new business, it's just, 2 of our roadside mowers currently broke down. One of them is in need of about $20,000 to $25,000 worth of repairs. So at the moment, that's parked. I do not have the money left in the parts budget to repair that. The other one came in, I think, right around $3,000 or something like that. So that one we're fixing. So that's some of the delays that you're seeing with mowing. That's the problem. And these are, I mean, they're 2005s, and they're these mowers. Early on, you know, they'd mow in the summer. The wintertime, we put those old over the rail mowers on, so they would mow year round. And those old over the rail mowers really, I mean, they just beat the crap out of these machines. So they're tired. But just so you know, we do have our new mower that we got this year, that's on the road, and we're looking to get another one next year, so. Hopefully we can get caught up in it. So
Of course, the grass grew good this year, didn't it?
Yeah, the grass grew, it always seems to, when the mowers are down.
Right, then the
keeps
grass
growing
grows,
for some
yeah,
reason.
right.
I don't understand it.
Getting those like nasty little crabapple invasives and honeysuckles taking over the,
Yeah,
the roadways and the shoulders and everything. It's
Yeah.
like, you're not mowing grass anymore, you're mowing.
no,
garden.
yeah, right.
Right, yeah, and that's the downside to getting behind too, and even with mowing back, we try and catch up by just making one pass, but if you're not mowing back,
Right.
you get to the point where you can't mow it anymore, you need to get a.
And then you got half of 26A done a couple months ago and then.
Right, and then the mower broke down.
The mower broke.
Yeah,
We're in the same boat, we get one fixed, and the next one will break.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
We jinxed ourselves, Joe was gonna call and offer to help out with ours and then we broke ours, so shut up, Joe.
Yeah, at least it happened before you called an officer.
Right, yeah, right.
All right, I got three resolution requests.
Yep.
And the first one is to award the bid for snow sand.
Move it.
All right.
Okay, motion in a second, all in favor?
And next is authorization for the chairman of the board of supervisors to execute an agreement to extend the existing snow and ice control contracts with the towns of Hillsdale and Stuyvesant for an
Move it.
additional 3 years.
Second.
Okay, motion in a second, all in favor?
I don't like that word snow.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of it either.
it's just a contract in case, that's all.
I yelled at Tony, I'm like, no.
It's just a contract in case.
And last is authorization to fill one budgeted assistant general foreman position and any vacancies therefrom.
That wasn't bargaining. For some reason, I thought our general bargaining.
No. Nope. From road foreman down. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
general.
Yeah,
So we have a motion.
Yeah, me. Have a motion in a second, all in favor?
And that's it.
Any questions for Tony? Huh? We'll move on to solid waste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Sorry, you're American.
Thank you.
You got a couple still for.
The power line drafting.
Power lines holding up trees.
Oh, I had that in my yard. It's been like that.
Good
I'm
evening.
sorry.
Nope, you're good. So Greenport Transfer Station, specifically our Greenport scale, just had a critical power issue that happened on Saturday, June 22nd at approximately 11:43 p.m. We had a lightning strike that put us out for a couple of weeks. So when you look at our monthly report in a few minutes, there were limited waits being recorded on the 24th, 25th, and 26th because our scale wasn't really up and running fully. So a lot of our station containers were just dumped without being weighed because we had to get them emptied and back down to the stations. We are going to be removing ham bones, beef marrow bones, and large bones from the food scrap acceptable material list. Although the grinder does break them up, it takes a little bit too much energy for it to do that, and pieces fly everywhere, which is not really the safest thing. We did lose a grinder tooth because of them. So we put out some material at the stations to say that we're not going to take them anymore. I mean, obviously, if there's one or two in there, that's okay, but
Don't tell them that.
it's, we will fish them out, to be honest with you. We stop the grinder and we pull them out. There's usually someone at the top of the machine. So, I just need to do a public reminder that sharps and needles are not accepted. They're not recyclable. They are not to be put in garbage, and we don't accept them at our station. There are, Hannaford in Volusia and in Livingston have receptacles for that. You can take it to the Hudson Police Station. We did find a couple in a bottle in our recycling the other day. So I'm just making a little public announcement that we don't take those. There is information on our website about where you can get rid of your sharps.
Okay.
And the health department also has information on it. It is a health department thing. The administration will be moving into our new building. We're starting that move tomorrow, and Friday will be in, hopefully on Monday. Not 100% up and running, but we will be in the building. We're currently working on our biennial solid waste management plan update, which is due October 1st. You all know that the budget process is underway.
Yep.
And I do have one full-timer driver out on FMLA, and I have one full-time laborer who has been out on workers' comp. And then our monthly report. So you'll see the numbers are skewed a little. I'm not gonna lie, the garbage is not down 200 ton because we were 3 days without reporting things. We are a little bit low this month, as we can see. Just not
Is that typical?
getting, no, it's not. So, and this will be a conversation, I think, as we move forward with the budget process, to kind of review numbers from the past and review numbers
Are they going
that we're
somewhere
seeing
else?
now. Yes. Yep. There is, I reached out to a couple of contractors who aren't really doing as much work right now. And so when they are doing work, we're seeing it still. But there's not as much construction happening now. Residents aren't really doing a whole lot of heavy construction at their homes anymore. They're not paying to get rid of.
Yeah, I just talked to Jim
Things.
Berg the other day about, the study in sales tax revenue numbers, and construction in Columbia County in the last few months is down like $9 million.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
it's
it's off. So you're not seeing the byproduct of it either. So,
and we do have other resources here in the county. You can get rid of things and across the river too, right? So everyone's trying to save a little money, and I understand. So, yeah. So that's
Drop it
where
off
we
at the
look at right now. And I don't have any resolution requests.
So a couple months ago, you talked about expanding the education program
Yep.
around recycling. Have you come up with some new propaganda, the refrigerator magnets saying we take number 5, but not number 6, any kind of stuff like that?
No, it's basically paper educational at this point. To be honest with you, we're really kind of swamped, for lack of a better word, in our department at the moment. This move has taken a lot to kind of coordinate. It's trying to fit in who's going to do what and where. I tried to get to stations on Saturday to do educational myself, just to help support our station attendants. I haven't been able to do that a lot lately, just because I've been at Greenport a lot lately. So my intent when I brought this up to everyone a few months ago was really going out and pushing education. And then, 5 things decided to just throw a monkey wrench in that. So I reached out to the clerks. They have gotten new station policy protocols I sent via email. My intent is still to meet with them in person with some new recycling protocol, to talk to them, to see what's going on. Our station attendants have been handing that out religiously. So I've been told. I mean, I'm not at every station all the time, so I don't know what's happening, to everyone that's coming in. So if anyone's buying anything, they're getting the paperwork, and it's a recycling protocol, and it's a little sheet that has our recycling protocol and other protocol on it, like where e-waste goes and what we take and what we don't take. And, this is hazardous waste kind of thing. So they're constantly sending that stuff out as well. I'm not 100% sure. We don't have social media. The solid waste department doesn't have social media. So I don't know how that would look to reach out, but I don't know if a gimmicky thing is really going to work. And quite honestly, to find that in my budget is going to be a little hard, honestly.
and what I've hoped with a lot of the recycling programs that we've done, or the food waste, is things like that, is trying to utilize our climate smart committees around the county, to do that education, because that's part of their function, I think, is to do direct outreach to people. So, you know, wherever you can share information with them, let them get it out for you so that it helps, but.
Well, we're just surrounded with so much plastic and some of it's ambiguous about what actually the number is. I mean,
Yeah.
the fine print's getting smaller and there's just so
But
many
you're in
things.
Chatham too, right? So your village, the village of Chatham has their own pickup collection, and that completely is different than our county protocol. So it's hard when people
They
miss,
take everything.
when they, right, and they miss pickup day, and so they'll come to the station and do a one-time recycling or something, and then it's, but this is recyclable. You know, it's that conversation all the time. You know, if it says it's recyclable, it's recyclable. It's not communicated well enough within the public that just because it says it's recyclable doesn't mean that the program's gonna take it.
Well, and it's also such a convincing message. It says, please recycle this container.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you something that popped up on my TikTok feed. I don't know why, other than the phone listens to everything. She's from New Zealand. I'm just gonna throw it out there because I don't know, it seems to be an effective.
People are still putting their recycling or their bottles in with the lids still on. I mean, that one's even got a primo, and I'm
She's
not.
got like a
testing.
following.
Right.
It's really
I'm just
important to
thinking-
take the lids off. There's another one.
So I'm not 100% sure the county would like me to get a TikTok.
No, but
Well,
they all
it's
have,
like
all
the
towns,
we're actually encouraged
all
not to.
towns have like I have 6,000 people on my Hillsdale
Yeah,
community page, and they do, people are much more likely to watch the video than, you know, read about. And it's especially if you see this is this busing that, I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
No expectations, just, I thought it was interesting.
That's why I said it'd be cute with kids, like to have kids,
Yeah,
you
I
know, like
mean,
a kid.
and there's something about seeing her at the act, like, I never realized that there are people, you know, actually at the bins, like taking your stuff that you would choose to read and, you know, put the wrong thing in, and it just made an impression on me.
Sure.
Just,
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Budget time, you're gonna have to ask for a content manager.
Or an educational budget or.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's probably not that expensive, you know, it's probably shot on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Thought it was worth.
Pete
mentioning.
I was gonna just ask
I
if
could
you
probably-
volunteer to be the spokesman.
Yeah, you need to find your,
Yeah.
yeah,
When you do it, you can tell we're now feeding ham bones and marrow bones.
yeah, there you go.
It's a local
Yes,
bear.
I'm,
I've never watched TikTok videos, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
can put it
know.
on the, whatever media you use.
Right.
Right.
All right, any other questions for Wendy?
Yeah, I think my climate smart committee wants to take Julian's household batteries, but I think Town of Chatham has a budget. And they're not gonna be having a bonus at the Chatham transfer station. but
We
they're
are
getting-
not taking batteries at the county stations.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
But others have other ideas.
yeah,
They want the Town of Chatham to pay for a battery collection at the Chatham transfer station. We're doing it at our town hall, which is expensive enough, and I'm not gonna encourage us to expand that any further. but-
right, and there was also that talk that we had about, safety, right? So we don't have,
Boom, yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I mean, we have it outside under, you know, in an enclave because, you know, people drop off lithium batteries.
Right. and we know,
Cape Hook Library, I believe, is still collecting.
And Lowe's and Home Depot take batteries.
The lithium
Yes.
batteries, that's what I do. You know, we ship the AAAs and all that stuff out in that green box, whatever that company is. And the other ones, I just take the Lowe's when I get out. Put them in. We don't want to feed it for everyone that's patrons,
Wendy gets experience, it can go on fire.
yeah, the lithium fires are not fun. So. Is your box the, like, protected, the insulated ones, or is it just, are those?
No, they're
ones
cardboard,
specific
for the
to-
household batteries, they're just the cardboard pre-labeled ones that, you know, when they're full, they're about.
So it's
70 pounds.
specific just to the non-rechargeable batteries?
The non-rechargeable, yes, the household ones, and then other stuff shows up. I take
Right.
the lithium ion ones to the hardware,
Okay,
and the other things wait for the e-waste days when we do our
Sure.
wraps.
okay. Okay.
So people drop off ballast for old ballast.
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't take those, so, yeah. I mean, we don't even take those.
Yeah,
So,
All right. We thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, Randy.
Now we have Brian with facilities.
Good evening, everybody. All right.
Yeah, I'm not used to that level. Starting off, routine monthly, property maintenance, generators tests, weekly mowing. We've been helping out with the camera contractor when need be. Let's see here, fire drill, 325, couple desk move, 560. We finished installing the new carpet in the DMV side, lobby, stairs in their upper office. So basically that building has been, completely done over, except for the basement, which we're looking to do probably next year or at the end of this year. Couple main things we're doing, working out at the Mount Ida pump station. We've replaced a lot of the fascia, repaired the fascia, put a new roof on one of the buildings, put new doors in, so that place should be good for a long time. Cleared all the weeds that were growing everywhere. The only problem we're doing now is working on the generator. So I sent all the information to, and I believe was it Long? I think we have Long Energy now. And they actually discovered something that, why we had such an issue out the last time. We need 2 tanks to supply the generator.
Startup?
Well, no, to run it at a sustained,
Gas pressure for
yeah,
length of
because
time,
what happened was, and what he was explaining to me, then I confirmed, I sent Ray the information, he double checked it. The way he explained it to me is exactly what happened when we lost power and it kept, it froze the lines. And, he says once it turns back to vapor, then you may get another hour or 2 out of it, breathe back over again. So now
we're gonna maintain a percentage of liquid at all times.
Yep. So, so we're looking, I got to meet with them Monday. And then, I got the quotes from, waiting for one more, for the the electrical part of it. And, it's eye-opening, we'll say, more than so I'm looking around, I'm shopping around right now, but, hopefully we're looking at probably September, October, hopefully to get this done. So, the unit's supposed to arrive, I think, in August, but I'm still trying to shop around for a better price for the install. Basically, airport, we had a training class, our weekly, monthly, quarterly checks are done. Regarding the airport, I got 2 phone calls just in this last week. One I'll bring up in the next meeting. I got to speak with Ray, and the other one, I'll let everyone know. I was asked by a company if they could rent the airport for a day. And it's, I guess I watched the video. They have they said they want to know what it would cost. They're fully insured. They'll pay for security, EMS and everything, but it seems like it's like a drag race type thing. They do it at other airports, but just throwing it out there, something to consider. I'll give you the website.
How much are we down on sales tax right now?
I figured something it could be a revenue. I don't know how much we would charge, but they're fully.
$1 million.
So, if I get more information, like I said, I'll share the.
Do you drag racing out of the airport?
Yeah. So.
What would they do to the track?
That's what I am. I said, will it, that's a special like groove pavement and everything. They said they use, like tires equivalent that were on aircraft. But I'm like, yeah, but they have video, they're doing it at like through Pennsylvania and everything. So, I mean,
they sit there and spin their tires right off the damn thing, loading up the track. I mean, that's gotta be something.
Yeah,
That's. You do a condition report before and a condition report after.
Yeah. I just don't know how much, we would charge or anything. I was approached, so I figure we could, if you watch the thing and say, I don't think so, or,
You know.
You can
they're
also
not-
contact the
they're not
ones
gonna
where
pay
they
enough.
used them before.
Yeah,
And
so,
see if there's any-
Yeah.
claims that
I mean,
fall in.
then they gotta work crowd in to watch this, right?
oh yeah, they said that, you know, bring a lot of people in to do it, so,
Bleachers and-
you know, I don't think they set up bleachers, they just park down along,
Okay.
you know, that's.
I'll be down with a hot dog stand.
Yeah. So just, like I said, I'll give you the, their site, and then, like I
Don't we have a
said.
back road somewhere?
Yeah, man. We got Lebanon Valley in the north. end of town.
I just, I'll let you guys know what it is, and
Yeah,
I'm just
give us
throwing
some
it out there, and then
information
this
about
way
it.
I can call them and just tell them, yeah, we're not, it's, I'm leaning, that's where it's gonna go, but
Oh,
I figured I'd just bring it up, yeah, so.
Since we receive federal funding to support that airport, we'd have to get federal approval. of that.
Yeah, you probably have to do that whole, form there with the,
With the FAA, yeah, so, but that's what they, you know, I kind of leaning that it's not gonna happen, but just, I told the guy that I'd bring it up.
The price is right.
So,
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what kind of cars they're racing here. I don't know, you know.
so, it looked like the street, you know, what they're doing, you know, but they show them at, set like airports through Penn, you know, but I think they're private. So I don't know, I don't know how that ties
Yeah.
in, so,
It's a race point, yeah.
yeah.
But you're right, the guy from Lebanon Valley is gonna be showing up talking about taxpayers.
Yeah, right, yeah. Right, yeah. Well, happy to look into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
We have a back road somewhere.
See which one of that is the whole
I
time.
used to be able to go buy race fuel there, and I used to think it was a good place to go racing, but now they won't let us buy race fuel there anymore for our cars.
Isn't the airport flying field for sale?
But
What's
that's grass.
That's grass, I think,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Just change the tires.
Yeah.
Straight up a lot of grass.
Something better be wrapped down. I'm gonna
Sounds
wrap
good.
Runway looking like
9 inch.
Hey, what about that brand new road in Clark?
You got Wiltsig Racetrack down there, you know.
Oh, okay.
Got a pump on it. Will Six is too windy. They wanna.
Yeah, that's drag racing, I get it.
First one, I think it's.
I can have fun down there though.
Just ask for authorization to fill full-time vacant labor position.
Move it.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Just another authorization for vacant part-time position due to a resignation.
Move that one too.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
How are you doing, Brian, in general, finding help? Has it become easier? Are you all right? I think Tony, I was gonna ask you that too, when you were filling, you just had one, but you got a couple people out, but for the most part, you're pretty well staffed, aren't you?
I think I'm pretty short on the MEO side and still, that mechanics.
Yeah.
But I can, it's still.
Right.
Other than that application.
Now, do these positions fall in the realm of what we discussed as far as hiring freeze for budgetary concerns?
These are fine, they went through point one.
Yeah, Matt wanted to start that August first, so.
We did.
No, I've got applications.
I just wondered about the general marketplace for getting help. That's
Not, like I had a guy call me today, but I don't get a lot.
Yeah.
You know, we'll say, so, you know, usually, you know, I'm lucky to get like 4, but, you know, but then a lot of times it depends on what we do. I keep the applications on file, so, and then sometimes like, you know, use.
But you're pretty well staffed up at this point.
Yeah, I'm, right now, after this, you know, because, and I'm not gonna put in, because I got the authorization for that, position for 911, which I talked to Jim Bird, I said, listen, I'll see if I can roll that over to next year, because I don't need nobody, I can still do what I have to do out there. But once 911's there, I need to have a full time, so it's just like, that's up in the air, but I was approached by, the state, which I'm gonna get another confirmation on. They want to add another person at the courthouse.
The courthouse.
Yeah, for judgment. So, so we're looking into that, and, like, if that's the case, it'll be fully reimbursable, so.
Is that full time, right?
Yeah. So, so we're looking, you know, I'm just waiting to hear, like, I got word from one of the, guys I deal with up in the state, but he retired, so I'm gonna just follow up with his replacement to make sure everything's all set before I do anything, so.
I got 2 questions for you. I don't know if you remember, maybe Brian. The, remember remember the guy put in for the solar, they were gonna bring those electric planes.
Did that die?
Yep.
So it got stalled anyway. I know Ray has had some conversations with him, and at first we were told they were trying to organize like a more massive bid for a couple projects. But I don't think it's dead on the vine, but they stalled it. Yeah. And
Yeah, because I haven't seen an email in a long time.
Yeah.
So.
That organization is still doing some stuff, other places, but they held off on doing something here, but I still think that they're in line to do something here someday.
They haven't got ready yet, probably.
Yeah, maybe trying to find more federal funding or something. I don't
The
know.
other question, I think Ray was here telling us, they're doing a study at the airport for the land that's sellable or for business to be put in or something. We're gonna do a study and they were.
Yeah.
Up on the,
Yeah, I think it's part of our master plan and.
What's available,
Yeah,
that we can either sell
Right.
or have businesses come in and build on and stuff that,
that is being worked on by
oh,
the
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
developer, the engineering firm that does our 5-year master plan, in that we'll set it,
right.
identify where there
we
are
can do
potential, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're still putting a water tower up there, right?
Yeah, yeah, that project's chipping along.
Kinderhook's got an empty one, you can move it.
Okay, I'll give it to Ray. Does it come with bubble gum too, or?
I don't know, but.
You're doing raise.
Yeah, I'll do Ray's. All right. Any other questions for Brian? No? All right.
Thank you.
I'm going to attempt to do Ray's because Ray's off in Europe someplace right now, so he's probably not going to make it tonight, Some basic update from Ray Bridges, Twin Bridges. The easterly Twin Bridge has developed a sinkhole at its approach and is temporarily closed. The structure is previously scheduled for repair this year. The design for the repair has been completed and engineering department is soliciting bids for that repair. Black Bridge in Livingston, after conducting a recent structural inspection, DOT has required that the posted limit be reduced to 12 tons.
What is it now?
I think it is unlimited right now. If they go much below 12 tons, they'll close it. So,
It's a little dirt side of the road anyway. So.
yeah. Very minimal traffic on there. Ray gave me the traffic count and I wrote it on my agenda and then left it home tonight. So.
It only takes one to collapse the bridge.
That's right. Valley View Bridge, the contractor has completed the installation of the new concrete pier extensions and bridge seats. Structural steel is set to be set on July 25th. In the Stall Bridge, the contractor is performing repairs on the existing concrete abutments. Construction of new bridge seats in anticipation of structural steel that's scheduled in August. And I understand both of those projects are scheduled to be open yet this year. So, and we're on target for that right now. So, Stuyvesant Falls Bridge, the engineering department has reviewed and met with the consultant in preparation for the first public informational meeting that has been set for August 8th at the Stuyvesant Town Hall. And 2024 Bridge New York funding, the county has been awarded grant funding on the following projects: 1.347 million for superstructure replacement of Route 7 bridge over the Punset Creek in Austerlitz. 1.8 million for the replacement of the Buckwheat Bridge over Wallace Clint, Jansen Creek, Joe Creek. 1.1 million for the replacement of Route 11, carrying the culvert carrying Hollowville Creek. And I will also say that Hillsdale got $1 million. This was county money, so Ray really gave us that. But as somebody that scored those projects, I'm aware that Hillsdale got $1 million.
A moment of just like.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Good, thanks.
And I will say, I mean, I've scored those for the last couple of years, and your application was much better this year. So your consultant did a good job for you. So,
Right, thank you.
You know, and we did actually give some leeway to the town, understanding that you don't have the same resources the county does. You know, and that the county is easier to find money than it is for the town. So, what's that? No, PJ didn't say that. But in analyzing it with the state, that's what we did. And I will repeat too that, I mean, most all of these projects, this is great to have the state funding, but what we did is we split up the Bridge New York money across these projects, but many of these projects are going to require public money as well, you know, so county money rather for the county jobs, you know. Yeah, I think the only criticism I had on your application was when they talked about the timeline for right-of-way acquisitions and stuff for a local town, might have been unrealistic, so keep an eye on that, but.
Okay, thanks. Before my time. but
Yeah,
We have one bridge. One town-owned bridge, the West End Bridge, built 1930 something.
yeah.
And no one has any information on it, and it's been something we been keeping an eye on for quite a long time,
A
so.
few years ago you had applied, but it wasn't a good application, you know, as far as having detail into it, so
Right.
your engineer did a good job.
Just keep on, because they do take bridges back away from you.
Yeah, yeah.
Poor Ryan. And Ron.
No,
You know,
really?
We talked about the Stuyvesant Falls Bridge. I've been shooting for money for that for 12 years that I've been involved here. And at one point in time, we gave it to the Ferry Street Bridge, you
That's an
know.
old bridge.
Yeah,
It's a very old bridge.
that is a very old bridge.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, very happy to get it done.
Think about the cars that was designed for
Oh,
in
it's horse and
1890s, you know, and what's going over it today.
1890, it's horse and carriage.
Yeah, right.
So are you receiving public comment on the aesthetic design of that bridge for Stuyvesant Falls?
Yes. Well, the design consultant will propose something and then we'll see what the people think of it, yes. Because it is listed on the National Historic Register and they have to do something in recognition of that.
No, that's a beautiful spot. It's
Yeah.
something else.
So it's gonna be a challenge, but yeah. Culverts, the engineering department has been working with the highway department, New York State DOT and New York State Thruway regarding a temporary road closure on County Road 82 at Lower Katy Road in East Chatham due to a partial culvert collapse. This culvert is scheduled to be replaced the week of July 15th. And then Ray's on vacation, is that right? You know?
That's gonna change. The earliest we're gonna start that now is the 24th.
Okay,
That's right where they're doing that overpass work, right?
yeah.
Our culvert collapsed right at the northern entrance to that underpass.
Yeah.
Are we still scheduling it with the Thruway? Okay, I know there was some, work going on there.
It took a while for the diggers and clearing us to get the detour posted.
Okay. Great, thank you. Other engineering activities, 911 call center, the county engineering department has scheduled a meeting with the architect on July 23rd regarding placement of the project out for rebid. We're trying to do a little value engineering for that, give it a little longer time frame, and hopefully get some more competitive bids on that project. 11 Warren Street, the Space Utilization Committee met on June 27th to review the updated schematic floor plans and review the comments received by subcommittee members. The concept plans were approved and the design team is preparing a project budget as well as beginning the design development stage of the prepping for more detailed documents. Water and sewer, the Columbia County Water and Sewer District Commissioners met with representatives of the town of Greenport to review the potential for providing water and sewer service to a proposed mixed-use development at the intersection of 9H and 66 in the town of Clover. The town and the committee both agreed that to continue discussions with the developer and allow them to perform their due diligence regarding capacity and any necessary improvements. So they want to tie into our system, but they're going to be responsible for the upgrades to do that.
How many, what is it gonna mixed use, housing and businesses or?
Possibly 200. 200 they're looking at. They've changed it. They've come back a couple times. This is, now they're down to like 200 on one side and they're going to use on the other side where the old gravel bank was.
So they keep pushing dirt around?
What's that?
Or they keep pushing dirt around?
You got it. Yeah, they move it around from one side to the other. That's what they're talking about.
Is it still empty over there?
Yeah. He bought the land, so it's going to happen.
What's that?
What's the first?
Okay, let's see. I got resolution request. Is that the one you got first?
I think so. Gallatin.
Yeah, this is Gallatin.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
A resolution request authorizing the chairman of the Columbia County Board of Supervisors. Second, you guys are easy, thank you. Motion and a second, all in favor. And then the next one is a resolution request authorizing the chairman to execute a professional service agreement with GPI in the amount of $737,000. Motion and a second, all in favor? We had a lot more discussion over, not spending any money. This one is a resolution request. This is to sign a task order with Dyer to Mohawk for the proposed solar project at the solid waste facility. I move it, which is another Centrica project.
Second.
We have a motion in a second. All in favor?
We paid that for any of the CEC money we're getting through, NYSERDA and
So yeah, the intent is, so what that contract does is that starts all the design work for the solar project. Is the solar project, if we go through with the project, all of the engineering work is included in the capital project, and we will be paying for that with NYSERDA money that we expect to get in October or so. Is that right, Brenda? September, October, the next round of, money. So we have to have a project approved and designed and ready to go when the money becomes available in order to be able to use it.
Yeah.
If we didn't go through with the project, we would be due, I think it's about $10,000 is what we'd have to pay in engineering fees if we don't do the project. We're going to pay it anyway, but, and, to Wendy's point, she did bring up that, okay, if the Board of Supervisors backed out of the project because we didn't get NYSERDA funding, who pays for that $10,000 because she didn't want it to come out of her budget. So.
But we also don't want to leave that 300,000 on the table.
That's right. Yeah.
Insurance problem.
It's been identified as a very good project to use the NYSERDA funds on, and we need a project like that in order to get the money. So, Don has worked very hard on capturing the money, and we've got that kind of lined up. I think some of it involves getting the charging stations online. Ray didn't put anything in the report about that, but I know that we did get approval from National Grid for our EV charging stations. I think all but one of them. Do you know anything different about that, Kelly, that I do?
One in terms of units or one in terms of location?
Locations, yeah. So as of last week, just before Ray left, when I met with him, he had just gotten an email from National Grid, and they had approved, I think, 401 11 Warren Street, and the highway garage. I think they didn't give us approval on the courthouse one yet, but that may have come the next day.
It's just open, it's not disapproved.
Right, no, it's not disapproved, it's just that we didn't do it. But now that they've given us that approval, then Livingston Energy can go ahead with those installs. So that project
And we have to wait for the 5 to get close to it.
Yeah. And then if we get all that done, then we get some extra money, like I said. State holds a carrot out there, it makes you dance.
And you and I are out there blowing on the fire.
Right, to keep it going. All right, any other questions for Ray that's not here? That I might be able to answer, but I don't know.
Did he and his son get to go to the Spain England match? Is that why they were in Europe?
I think.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
Yeah.
So we're good to go on Warren Street then, right? Moving along.
No. Yes, the 11 Warren Street project is chipping away. Like I say, I did talk to the engineer that's on that project today, just because he happens to live in my town and ran into him. But yeah, they've got like a 30% engineering part done, and they're stripping that away for getting some cost estimates and stuff. So we'll have something on that. Ray expected to have a timeline from them like this week, but I think they're still waiting to hear from their cost estimator guy, But by the time Ray is back next week, I think we'll have a timeline, on how we can move along. But I think in general concept, yeah, these are departments that we want to put there. So now we go into the more design part of it.
And everything's gonna fit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be a good project.
And we're gonna have enough electrical.
Oh, yeah. Yep. All right.
To adjourn.
Now I need a motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor?
All right.
There you go.